Hello, ladies and gentlemen. So I want to talk to you a little bit about something serious here. Okay, this is going to be called Xanax withdrawal. Xanax from hell. Okay? Okay, back in 2000, trying to think what year it was. 2001 or 2002? Somewhere in that range. Yes, I think it was 2001. 2001, I'm going to say. Yeah, I quit cold turkey, guys. Yeah, I tried the old-fashioned trick. Thought I was Mr. Smarty Pants, right? First 2 days was so-so. Got enough in my system to hold me over well. I kind of like weaned myself for a first day or so, or whatever, so I was okay. Then I got into the third day, guys, and more days went by. I swear to God, I regret it. I can still see it. I can still see that day. Do you know what happened that day? Okay, here's what happened that day. Okay, I'm there listening. I'm there just I don't remember every single detail, but there watching TV, right? I can watch TV now in a way. Except I'm feeling different now, particularly medicine, right? Okay. I get hot flashes across my face. I'm sweating. Okay, sweating, slowly sweating down my face. Dizzy. The room starts spinning. Okay. I go and take my blood pressure pill, right? No problem. I tell my doctor, I said, no, it's just your blood pressure. Take the blood pressure pill. They didn't know what was going on, so I didn't tell them nothing. I had my Xanax up in my cabinet in the bathroom, hidden away from me. Okay, guys? This was me doing what I call Stevens rehab at home. Okay? So I thought I needed it, but I wasn't taking any more than what I was supposed to take. It was stupid in the first place. Okay. This will only take a 3 day, guys. Normal. Okay, 3 times a day. One in the morning, one in the afternoon, well, noon, so afternoon, whatever. And then the third one before bedtime, whatever you want to call it. Okay. Wouldn't even take one. Wouldn't take nothing. I looked at that bottle, that blue bottle, went in there and took a damn look at that bottle and started shaking nervous. Okay? Nervous as freaking like fire. I was on fire. My body was on fire for that pill. Okay, here's what happened, okay? Well, I don't like talking about her. Okay, well, she was on her phone. She was on the phone with her brother. Okay, texted me that night. Okay, I didn't feel like going anywhere. Okay, I didn't feel like going anywhere. I just felt like being left alone. I just wanted to just lay there and just go through the withdrawal and just like forget about it. Not think about the damn pill. Okay? After all, I was on that god dang pill for so damn long. What else am I thinking about? It's in the brain, right? That's what's in here, right? See, I said gab. I noticed I caught myself in one of my videos say gab before, right? It's not gab. Gabba. With the A on the end of it. They say this does brain damage to your brain, whatever. Whatever you want to say. But anyway, GABA receptors, okay? They weren't receiving the signal anymore, okay, of this benzodiazepine. No more signal. So what does the body do when it doesn't get a signal? It's like turning off your air conditioning or turning off a box that's used to running all the time, right, guys? It gets used to running just like you're in good condition all the time. You get a routine down, you take the medication, you're fine, right, guys? You're not supposed to detox from anxiolytics medication that makes your life a living hell. That's why they tell you to break it in half. Go slowly, do it halfway, and then a little bit of that time. You don't do it like that. In fact, when I got to the hospital, I was spending so much. I don't even want to talk about it. It was terrible. I felt nauseated. My blood pressure was high. I don't like telling you how high it was. But I will tell you how high it was. This time. I will tell you how high it was. The paramedics didn't even like it. Okay? The paramedics took me right away. They said, I'm not leaving you here. No way. I said, why? I'm fine. They said, you're not fine. And I said, well, I'm just dizzy. And they said, yeah, I know. I know why you're dizzy. I said, why is that? My blood pressure, right? And he goes, yeah, how'd you know? I said, because it feels like it's high. And he says, well, you guess what, Stephen? You're right. It is high. Guess how high it is? And I said, how high is it? I'm curious. Okay. You want to know? It's 160 over 120. Okay? And I said, excuse me? Just recheck my blood pressure one more time, sir, please, for me. And he said, I sure will. So I couldn't think straight back then. So he did, and he came back up with another number. It came up to 162, something like that, over 130 something on the bottom. And I was like, what the fuck? I said, what the hell? I said, don't you get heart attack victims at that high? And he goes, usually at 120 or 130 on the bottom, usually you get some serious damage. You can. Yeah. Doctors don't like to see that shit. I mean, it's not shit, but the stuff he says. I said shit. Okay. Anyway, I went ahead and took the ride to the ambulance. Took the back of the ambulance to the hospital. Because I thought it was emergency, okay? It was my fuck up. I did it wrong, okay? All these rehabs, they have it wrong. They think they have the answers. You know, go home, detox at home, or do in-house thing. Even if you did the in-house thing at their place, they took you out the pill and you couldn't do it. You would have to take something else, another pill or another pill. I guarantee it. Let me think of the pill. They're going to give you a blood pressure pill right off the bat. Clindamycin, clonidine, I think it's called. They're going to give you all kinds of different medication. Benzos too, they're going to give benzo. Ativan, they're going to give you. Valium, that's what they gave me. The ultimate daddy of them all. They had to. The doctor didn't like it. He came in the room, said, what's going on? I don't like your blood pressure, son. She called me then. I was young. I said, well, truthfully is, doctor. Okay. He says, you're on Xanax? I said, yes, I am. He goes, what for? I said, for panic attacks. He goes, I see that. You're panicking like crazy now. And I said, yes, well, I've been off about 4 days, I think it is now, sir, doctor. And he goes, oh my God, are you kidding me? He said, you haven't had one for 4 days? And I said, I haven't had one for 4 days. And he goes, have you been eating anything? I said, not really. Have you been drinking anything? I said, very little water. And he says, even Coke too? And he says, I know you like your Coke. And I said, I don't drink that much either, Coke. He said, I'll be right back. Order some stats on this patient and give him some Valium right away. That's what he told the nurse. Okay, so they ordered some blood work on me. Come to find out, everything came out good, and blood work was fine, except for cholesterol was high, naturally. Even though I wasn't eating a lot, but what was it? It was over 200 something. But anyway, he told me the bottom line is, don't you ever do that again. Once I start feeling normal, okay, took blood pressure. I gave me Valiums, shot Valiums, not he didn't give me the other kind of Valium, give me the intravenous kind of Valium. Then he gave me some other kind of Valium to go home with too. Don't you ever do that again, he says. He goes, how do you feel now? And I says, brilliant. I said, I feel like $100. He goes, well, there you go. He goes, what you were having in that emergency room with dizzy spells and going in circles like that was beginners of, you know what? He said, you put your life in danger, Stephen. Very dangerous, he said. I go, what did I put my life in danger for? He goes, I can give you one answer. Number 1 was stroke. Number 2 was seizure. Okay, because the blood pressure was too high, he says. He says, oh, that's why I asked you, please don't do it again. He says, take everything on time and follow your doctor's, advice. I said, well, I was trying to quit because I was told from the neurologist it's too addicting. He goes, I don't care what the neurologist says. You're always going to say that. And I says, well, she wants me on Zoloft. He goes, well, I don't care what she wants you on. I heard Zoloft. Zoloft, in my opinion, makes you commit suicide. Okay? So, take what he tells you to take. Don't take anything that she tells you to take. Take what your regular doctor tells you to take. Don't take what the other doctor told you to take. I said, well, she said she had a license and she's less smarter than he is. And he said, they all think that. He says, just do what I told you to do, and you'll be fine. So I did. I went and did exactly what he told me to do. Worst day of my life. And I said, what about this, and what about cutting down? He said, no, just don't worry about cutting down right now. Just go back on it like normal. Take what you're supposed to take. Then if you want to later on in the future, if you ever think about quitting a benzo like that, do it in pieces, like half and half there, and it's going to take you a long time, he said, Stephen, to quit. He says, even then I still wouldn't quit. No. The answer is no, he says. He told me. You don't realize, he said, what you got yourself into. Whatever doctor gave you this stuff. And I said, well, I kind of got myself into this mess a long time ago. It's a long story, but he goes, well, I can live with that. He says, well, are you feeling better yet? I said, well, take blood pressure and see what you feel like. I feel pretty good. He goes, okay, let's see what your blood pressure is. 120/80. He said, I'll say you're feeling better. He says, are you hungry? And I said, yeah. He goes, what are you hungry for? I said, McDonald's. He goes, well, I'm glad to hear that. And he goes, yes, naturally. Yes, mother, wife, whatever, ex-wife. Okay, where you gonna take him? McDonald's. And so when we're at McDonald's, I eat whatever, I paid, naturally. But anyway, that's not the point. I felt better after that, and I promised that day on to never, ever do that again. I put myself into a jam thinking that it was that easy to just quit. It's not like antibiotics. You just quit it. throw it away, trash it. It's a good thing I didn't do the other thing down the toilet. I was going to put down the toilet. Then would have had to wait the whole month. No xanax. But he was going to write me a prescription anyway, just to save my ass. So he asked me if I did that. So I told him no, I have someone home. So he said, resume, take it, don't mess up again. So I did. I felt fine after that. I promised myself I'd never do it again. No. He goes, as long as you take it normally like you're supposed to, nothing's bad going to happen to you. He said, Steven, so don't worry about it. Okay, stop worrying. He said, if you don't take it, that's when something's going to happen to you. I promise you that. And I said, okay, doctor, no problem. So I don't want to see you in here again, he says. Okay? Promise me that? I said, yeah, I promise, I guess. No guess about it. Do it. Take them. So I just don't want to feel like, you know what? He goes, you're not. You're taking what you're supposed to, right? I said, yes. He goes, well, then you're following the rules. Ain't nothing to worry about then, right? That's correct. He goes, well, just don't, you know what, mess up again. I said, I promise I will not mess up again. He goes, that's what I want to hear. Now you can go. Write your script, though, anyway, just in case. Here's some Valiums. Okay, this is for you to hold you over for a while. Give him the Valiums, too. He said, don't mix the Valiums with the Xanax, though. I want you to do this for a while. Take these for a while. Okay, leave your Xanax alone. Take these for a while. Okay? Till you start feeling better. Okay, get this in your system. Then I want you to switch back to your Xanax. Okay? Very simple. It says 5 milligrams Xanax. Not me Xanax, Valium, excuse me, Valium. But Xanax. Okay, anyway, I did the Valium thing for a while. It was very good too. Okay, anyway, that's my story, and I'm sure glad I didn't stick to it. I mean, it would have meant death for me. When they say hell off Xanax, it's hell off Xanax. I'm not kidding you. Those stories I've been watching about Xanax hell is true. Except mine was one of the worst ones. I mean, I'm not saying worse than anybody else, but it sure felt like it. I mean, I was so tempted. I mean, better out to run over, I thought, at the time. I don't know, I don't know, stupid thinking. But anyway, that's all I have for this video. You guys have a good one. Don't do as I do. And you know what? You'll go a long ways, guys. God bless each and every one of you. I'm still here today. And I'm very proud, even though a lot of people are proud to be the opposite. I've been clean for 17 years. But I was clean for the other way. But I'm talking about, well, I've used them for a long time. Okay. So, and I'm about ready to stop. Because if I stop, it would be worse shape than I was back then. So I used 17 and a half years, guys. And I can't stop that shit. Doctor thinks I'm nuts when I did that. And I've even talked to my regular doctor. He says, no. Too dangerous. It caused stroke, heart attack. I think it caused high blood pressure. It's true. Okay, anyway, that's enough of that for right now. So I gotta go. No, that's enough of that right now. I'm gonna take my Xanax right now, so I don't forget the goddamn thing. So, and I won't be a bad boy anymore. So if I miss it, and then I'm right back in the hospital again. So anyway, God bless you all. Mm, one more thing. This is not to glorify that it's okay to take, like get like chemicals and stuff, and what's it called? Controlled drugs. You know, um, whatever you want to call it, because people need them for seizures, which I don't have yet, but seizures, panic disorder, restless leg syndrome. There's a lot of reasons. Uh, you name it, they got it. Muscle disease, wasting disease. I don't have any of that muscle wasting disease. I'm just saying it's an example. It's better than Tegretol, Neurontin, it's Gabapentin, same thing. Pain too also. That is. Okay, guys. Well, I'm going to call this one quits. Y'all have a good one now here. Take care. God bless.